Thank you for listening to the Golden Hour Drip podcast with me, Logan Lee Miller. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Golden Hour Drip podcast. I'm your host, Logan Lee Miller, and today's episode is going to be all about how to say no to self-sabotage. Now, I have done my fair share of self-sabotage for sure, especially if you are any sort of goal-oriented person. You're going to have moments where you think it's going to be really, really great, and then all of a sudden, you're not sure where it's coming from, but your subconscious is throwing little roadblocks in the way. Like, they are honestly like super annoying. And they get you, and you're not sure where they're coming from, but they just keep going and going and going, and it is so annoying. Personally, for me, I've been experiencing self-sabotage all my entire life. I think we all have. But recently, I got some hydrangeas. I'm so excited, guys. Like, I've been focused on my long-term goals the past couple weeks, honestly. Like, I've been really trying to gain some clarity on what I want to do and where I'd like to see myself in the next couple years. So I have this very distinctive vision of having a huge hydrangea wall. If you don't know what a hydrangea is, they are a flower that can be found in Nantucket, where they're massive. It's a very summertime beach flower. You see them all over. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, and they're really, really popular in places like Nantucket. So I honestly, my obsession began when we moved to our house in Iowa, where my parents live, and my mom has these Wonderball hydrangeas, and they come up every single year. They're massive, they're beautiful, and I see myself having this huge wall of these hydrangeas. Now, I picked out the Limelight hydrangeas. They're a bit longer. They're not in a ball. They're more like oval, and then they're white, and they'll turn green to white and then into a light pink. So I envision myself, the morning sun is coming up or going down, depending on which side of my house, because I am planning to put hydrangeas on either side. And I see myself, and I see this vision of the sun coming up, or it's in the evening and it's going down, and I have my hydrangea wall, and I am just doing yoga when the sun goes down. I know that sounds so dumb, but I just envision myself rolling around in the morning sun or the afternoon sun and having this big, beautiful wall of flowers to look at, and the sun and the grass, and I just see it, and I want it so bad. This is one of my long-term goals. I've wanted to grow hydrangeas for a while, but they're kind of costly. They're kind of expensive. My ball, my little root ball, it's very small. It's as big as my palm. And it literally, Mother's Day is just around the corner. So you will see hydrangeas at Lowe's and Walmart and all the places. And these are blooming, huge things. This root ball that is dormant costs the same as one of those blooming hydrangeas on Mother's Day. And it's an investment, and it takes a really, really long time to grow them, because they have to be planted either in the spring or in the fall. You have to make sure that they're the correct depth. I mean, I literally felt so dumb planting them 6 feet apart, and the root ball is as big as my palm. It's so little. But I am focused on my long-term goals. I'm focused on the big picture. And I know that the best time to have planted them was 2 years ago when we moved into this house. I just wasn't ready. I didn't have the money to invest in such a big project. I had to get 6 on one side and 7 on the other, and then I got 3 for the front patio. And honestly, that was a lot of money. On top of it, they're so small, they're not blooming. They look like little sticks, like literally they look like dried sticks. And I have to trust that this is gonna bloom. I have to trust that my big vision will come to life, and that I just have to be patient, and I have to know that it will come to fruition, that the work that I'm doing now will turn out, like it will happen for me. But it's so hard because I want it so bad, right? Like I want it so bad. And about 3 weeks ago, I placed the order and I waited for them to arrive. I got them from Spring Hill Nursery online. I just honestly, like I Googled one and I pulled it up and it was fine. So I waited for them, right? And as I was waiting for them, I wanted them immediately. I think Amazon has spoiled me in this way because I expect everything to become like on my doorstep immediately. Yesterday I ordered I'm trying to tint and perm my eyelashes. I've done it before, I'm trying to do it again. And I ordered it yesterday and it was here today. Like that was so fast, it was instantaneous. And this has primed me, oh my gosh, Amazon Prime, it's primed me to think that my packages should arrive immediately. And so here I buy these hydrangeas, I spend so much money, I see the money come out of my bank account, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like they won't be here tomorrow. Literally the window that they said, it was like April 15th through May 7th. And I was like, oh, that is like literally a month. But they ended up getting here like after 10 days or so. And here I wanted something so immediate. I wanted it right now, today. And it took 10 days for it to get to me, which is like forever in shipping. So here I have them, and I have them in the box, and I'm like, okay, like I got them, I need to put them in the ground. But then I waited, and I'm glad that I waited. It was kind of borderline on if I put them in the ground or not. The root balls that I got are dormant, so they are like perennials, so they will come back next year. And they're okay with the cold. Now it shouldn't frost, but they're okay with the cold. And it even said on the package, like put them in the fridge. Like if you cannot plant them, put them in the fridge. And we ended up putting them in the garage because it was cool. And I had 13 of these things. So I couldn't actually 13, 14, 15, 16 because I was just counting the ones on the side. But I got some pink ones, some Endless Summer is what they're called, that I'm putting in the front. But that's besides the point. Here I am, like I wanted them immediately. And once I finally got the opportunity to plant them, I waited. I literally waited 4 or 5 days. So I wanted something so bad. And we have all these dreams, right? Like we have these big dreams and we need to be doing the daily steps. We need to be doing the little bit by little bit. And here I was like completely spacing on them. And we did get a frost on Saturday night, but I could have covered them. I have tomatoes outside. I've covered them with a blanket. I could have covered all the hydrangeas that I planted. It would have been no big deal because they're okay with being cold. They're just not okay with having like frost on them. So I was self-sabotaging my dream, my end goal. Like I can see myself doing yoga in the yard or even just lounging around, reading a book. Like I have read, I love to read books. Like the books that I've read are all about like these summer adventures and like in Nantucket. Like if you ever have read Ellen Hildebrand, I think is how you say her name. Like she has had so many awesome books and they're usually based in an environment kind of like Nantucket I crave that. I want that. I want my home to be an oasis, a place where I can relax, I can be outside. I love to be outside, and I want to enjoy it. I want to visually enjoy it. I want my friends to come over and enjoy it. I want that relaxation. I don't want to have to travel somewhere to get that relaxation or that vacation. Like, I want to be able to go outside and see the beautiful flowers and absolutely love it, right? So that is my big goal. And I delayed getting them in the ground. A few weeks ago, I talked to you about how I needed my tomato plants. Like, I went and bought the tomato plants, but I was like, okay, you're literally going to Lowe's tomorrow, but you need these tomato plants tonight. You better be planting them in the ground, right? Like, I had this discipline. I told myself, like, if you're buying them, if you are taking the time to pick them up, because we were just like quickly running in to Lowe's, if you are taking the time to like grab them, you better plant them outside. They're not going to sit, because I have this problem. And right now I have, what are they called? Hyanthus. I have some hyanthus that I brought from Walmart for $1 literally a month ago. They've been resting in my kitchen window. They need to be planted, but we really need to weed whack before where I'm going to plant them at. So I'm delaying it. I'm delaying my big goal. And for anything to come to fruition, you got to get in the ground. You got to get the steps. Like, for me, those plants are never going to grow. They're never going to come back if they don't get in the ground. If they're not planted, if they're not starting to spread those roots, if they are not, getting a good solid foundation. And so here I am, self-sabotaging my goals of having a beautiful garden that comes back every single year, that I don't have to worry about, and where I can go outside and just be captivated by its beauty. Like, I want that. I want it so freaking bad. Here I have spent the monetary energy. I bought it, and there was a dip in my bank account. And I'm like, okay, here I did it, but I'm not implementing it. And I've done this for a few things. Like, I've bought in a course, and I need to take it, and I've taken a few of them, but I need to implement it. And I am noticing a pattern for myself where I'll have this really high energy in the moment. I'll sign up for it, and you have to make yourself do it. You have to put in the reps. You have to actually do it. And for some things it's easier than others. I have been going to spin class. I really like to mix it up. I love cardio. I love running. I love to do Pilates. I like to lift weights some, but I really prefer to that cardio. I love to do the running, and I love to do cycle and all those things. And so I signed up for a cycle class, and I've taken a cycle class for the last 4 Saturdays or Sundays, weekend classes in a row, and it has been awesome and amazing. But my buy-in is really low, right? For the month of March, they were doing a promo, and so my buy-in is really only $20 or something like that. And so I really haven't had to, I don't have much skin in the game. And when you have more skin in the game, when you have invested more, when you have put more into the pot, you care more and you show up more, and you're taking it seriously because, oh my gosh, you've invested something, and sometimes you invest so much that it's a little painful if you wouldn't fall through. It's a little painful if you weren't to continue and you were just to put it on the back burner or forget about it or not do it. And sometimes we have the payment plans, right? Payment plan where we only notice a little trickle, right? I am currently paying for 2 workout apps. I am paying for one $14 a month and one $9 a month. I'm paying for a gym membership, and then I also have cycle and Pilates that I'm all paying for. And it's not very much at a time. It's here and there, I'll see a little come out of the account, and then the app will come out, and then this will come out, and when you actually like take a chance to like just stop and look at your finances and see, okay, what have I signed up for that I'm not like implementing, the things that I'm not actually doing. And honestly, that's been really eye-opening for me to see what have I signed up for, what payment plans do I have, and how will I take this information and change it for the future? Like, what will I be doing to not necessarily like when I'm in that high energy to purchase it or to buy it, like, will I actually follow through? Will I actually, when I go shopping and I'm at Target, will I actually wear that dress? Is this an outfit that I'm gonna wear? Am I just wanting the instant high? Am I just wanting the instant gratification from purchasing something? Because if you're anything like me, you love to shop, you love to hear the email chime and it's like, your order's on the way. Like, I love that. I love it. It is so much fun when you want something and you get it and you can have it, but it's okay, is this actually something you want? Will you continue to love it? Will you continue to want to have it? Or is this just like a phase? Is this just really high energy in this moment, but after a few weeks, like, it won't be as important to you? And so that's where I've personally been trying to decipher on, okay, is this something I actually want? Is this part of my long-term goals? If it is, then I'm going to follow through with it. But if it isn't, then I'm going to let it go or not know, or I will know to not sign up for it in the future or to not spend my time, energy, or money chasing after it or doing it. Just because I see someone else doing it doesn't mean I need to be doing it as well. So I've been really conscientious of what I'm wanting to do with my life and also what I want to be doing with my time, my money, and my energy, right? The trifecta, those three important things. So the hydrangeas are definitely how I want to be spending my time and my money. But do I have the energy for it, right? Like, do I have the energy for it? So this past weekend, we actually we put the hydrangeas in the ground. I'm so excited. It was no longer a delay, even though I wanted to just like lay in bed, honestly, or lounge around. We had another wedding this weekend, and so our Saturday was mostly taken up by the wedding. And I, on these wedding weekends, it feels like my weekend is cut in half. It literally is. Even though I love weddings, I love seeing them, I love to go to them and just experience like everything about them. It's a lot. Like, it takes like a lot of your day. You have to be ready for it. You have to go out and get dressed and travel. And so it's a lot of energy. So Saturday I had the wedding and stuff. Sunday I was running around and I went to my cycle class and I came home and I was tired from the night before. The wedding that we had gone to was an hour and a half away. So we came back home and it was around like 11 o'clock at night. I am a 7 hours of sleep kind of girl. So when I woke up around 6:30, like, I was tired. But I needed to like continue. I needed to grind. I needed to get it together. I did some laundry. And when I got back from my cycle class, I have to travel for that. So I have to drive 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. And then I was like tired. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I just want to lay in bed. And I actually, because I was so sweaty, I hopped in the shower and I was like, you know what, like, I need to shower, I need to cleanse, my hair is really dirty. And so I got in the shower, and while I was in the shower, I got Olaplex, the little bonding serum. So I put that in my hair, and I waited the 10 minutes and I was in the shower and I downloaded a new book on my Kindle. And so I was reading some of the book, and I was waiting for my hair to absorb it all. And then as I'm waiting and really I'm just avoiding my Sunday list. I'm avoiding my to-do list, the things that I need to be doing to move the needle or to at least prepare me for the upcoming week. So here I am, just like, I'm standing, I'm not sitting, I'm not laying down, but I'm standing in the shower, and the 10 minutes are up for my hair, and and then I slowly wash my hair, and I'm still reading, and then I condition my hair, and I let the conditioner set for another 10 minutes. So that's literally at least 20 minutes. And I shaved my legs, and I got all prepped, and I was like, Logan, you are spending all of this time to like self-care. I'm all for it. I used my favorite body scrub, and I was trying to just enjoy my shower and reading my book, and I told myself, and this is where the self-sabotage comes in, right? Like I tell myself, oh, it's Sunday, like I deserve to relax. How many times have you told yourself that when you know you have something pressing? I deserve to relax. Girl, what was yesterday? Literally relaxed all day. I got up, I went and got my hair did. After I did that, I went to the wedding. I took a nap on the way there, and then I watched someone get married, and it was awesome and amazing. And I caught up with old friends, and then I came home and went to bed. That's relaxing, honey. I can understand, like when you go and do things, like it does have a wear on your social battery. But I was like, oh my gosh, like you're literally fine. You're literally fine. You do not need to relax. And what are you even doing? Like this isn't even actual work. Like, but it's the mentality of, okay, like I have to be in motion. I have to be productive. And that's where the self-sabotage will come in, because your body wants to relax. It wants to take it easy. Like that's your brain. Until you have the muscle, your discipline muscle really like super strong, you will always have this like kind of battle between your brain on, should we pursue what we want, or should we slack off? Should we take it easy? Should we cool it? Like, and here I was trying to cool it. And I was like, you are making sure your hair is like deep conditioned, and you are shaving your legs. It would have been a better use of my time if I would have thrown my hair up in a bun, washed my body from the workout, and not focused on my hair, because it wasn't really that, it was dirty, but like I'm going outside to plant hydrangeas. I am not needing to see anyone. It doesn't have to be perfect hair. And after I planted my hydrangeas, I'm gonna have to go take a shower anyways. I'm gonna get dirt on me. I'm gonna be out in the sun. I'm gonna sweat. Like I'm going to be dirty afterwards. So I'm wasting time. I'm self-sabotaging in the shower. I should not be focused on, primping myself, because the wedding was yesterday, okay? Today is a day to push the needle and to stop waiting to plant my hydrangeas, something that I'd wanted so bad, something that I have scrolled on Pinterest and looked at other people's things. And you have to ask yourself, are you in love with the idea of it? Are you in love with the actual thing? Are you in love with the journey? Are you in love with the process? Are you in love with actually doing the work? Or are you in love with the idea or the aesthetic or what someone else is doing, right? And you just have to determine, it's not right or wrong. You just have to determine where you're at. Are you in love with the idea? Or are you in love with the actual thing? Because when you are in love with the thing, you don't self-sabotage. You don't delay. You don't procrastinate. You get out there and you get it done, because nothing else could be better than that. I love to read books, but wouldn't it be better if I read my book outside in front of hydrangeas? Like when I get all my hydrangeas grown, because literally guys, they take like 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 10 years, okay? This is a long-term goal. This is gonna take many, many, many days, many summers, lots of water, lots of rain, lots of sunshine, okay? And so I could be delaying by this like quick instant hit of reading the book in the shower while I wait for my hair to process, or I could get my ass out of the shower and I could go outside, I could plant my hydrangeas, because once they grow, then I can sit outside and I can start embarking and living my true, I guess, goal, right? Like my big goal. And that honestly, like I wrapped it up. I got it done. I was like, okay, nope, let's go. We're going outside. Put on my shorts. I put on a tank top because I was trying to get a little sun. The UV was not like super high. I think it was at a 4, so it was mild. I had my sunscreen on my face, and honestly, like I need a gardener's hat. But again, am I in love with gardening or am I in love with this aesthetic, right? I'm in love with gardening, but you don't need all the things. And I also think that like you have to prep so much. That's a form of self-sabotage. When you have to have everything before you can get started. It has to be perfect. You have to know what to do. You have to be an expert. You have to be so good. Like you don't need any of those things at all. You just need to show up where you are, and you just have to show up for what you have, because just like my little hydrangea has to grow, I have to grow too, and I have to learn. And I don't know how to grow hydrangeas. I've never grown them before. So instead of reading my book, I should instead Google what kind of soil do they need? What's the depth they have to be planted at? Am I planting them in a good spot? Like doing the research, and that is putting in the reps so then I can actually put them in the ground and actually do it and not just wish or daydream about it. Because if I just never put them in the ground, that would be a waste of a resource. It's also a waste of my brain thinking about it and taking up space. I always like to tell myself when I am like not dreading, but when I'm in low energy and I feel like, oh, like I can't do this, like I'm just too tired. I always tell myself, okay, you don't have to do this. You do not have to do this hard thing. You don't have to do this thing that you have been procrastinating about, avoiding, rescheduling, pushing to the back burner. But just know, if you do not do this, you can never pursue it again. You can never try to do it again. And then I self-check myself and I think, okay, like if I never did this again, would I be heartbroken? Was I just in love with the idea? Or am I actually in love with the thing, and would I want to continue? Would I want to do it? And that's where I can dig super, super deep and think, okay, like I can do this. Like I can set forth and I can set this goal for myself, and I can actually perform it, and I can actually do it. And that's what makes it so freaking great when you self-check yourself and you can check your priorities and you can see, is this something that you want to continue? And then that will help you avoid and say no to the self-sabotage. So there's a lot that I've been self-sabotaging though. Like it's not just the hydrangeas. And I've put together like a little list, and honestly, like one of the biggest things that I've really been asking myself, besides like, are you in love with the idea or are you in love with the actual thing, is do I not have the motivation or like, is this thing really just not for me? Or do I not have the belief that if I do it, it will work for me, right? Like I want these hydrangeas to grow, I really do. Like I want them to come up, but am I delaying, like for the past 2 years, like was I delaying the purchase? Not because I didn't have the money, but because I didn't believe that like I could actually grow hydrangeas, right? And it didn't dawn on me until I planted tulips and they came back, right? Like I planted them last year and they've came back. I planted lamb's ear. My bestie Kennedy's mom gave me some lamb's ear and it's came back. Like, and planting honestly is like really, really daunting because you have to have faith that what you're doing, the seeds that you are sowing will come, right? Like they will sprout, they will bloom, they will grow, they will take root. And it's really hard. Because you don't know, even if you get the best seed, the best soil, it could rain for 14 days straight and that seed could rot, or it could frost off and it could be, cold. And with our goals and our big dreams, we are going to have things that give us self-doubt, that kind of sprinkle in these naysayers, right? Like in our brain where we think, oh my gosh, can we actually do this? And that can be actually a really powerful source of the self-sabotage. It's it's the lack of the belief that it will actually happen for you. It is not really the motivation or the discipline, right? Like, I'm disciplined in other areas. I do other things, and I make my bed every single day, right? Like, that is a discipline. I wake up, I make the bed. I've been airing it out. I saw that on TikTok. I thought that was a great idea. So I've been like flipping the covers off, letting it aerate, right? And then like making the bed. But I still make the bed every single day. That's a discipline. I brush my teeth every single day. That's a discipline, right? Like having good oral hygiene. That's a discipline. Some people don't have it. So it's not necessarily that I don't have the discipline or I'm not motivated, right? Because I'm motivated to do things and I want to put those plants in the ground, but it's almost like the lack of belief, the lack that it will come. If I plant it, they will grow. It might not grow, like it could die. But sometimes it's not the belief that it will happen, because there are going to be factors that come up and things that we can't control. Like I can't control the sun, the rain, or the temperature, but I know that if it frosts, like I ran out there and I put blankets on all of my tomato plants, it's the same thing. Like whatever happens, I have the belief that I can pivot and I can change and I can also do things that will help it along, right? And so I've been thinking to myself, like, how can I actually like get this completed? And before I was able to do that, I needed to think of the areas where I had been lacking, not necessarily in motivation, but lacking in belief that I could actually accomplish this. Because it's all about your mindset, right? Like we can have all the tools and we can do the things, but if your mindset is not in the right place, if you don't think that you actually truly believe it or that you deserve it, then you're going to self-sabotage. You're going to put things in your way that will kind of help your mind prove on why you weren't able to do it. So for the first one for me is I've been currently self-sabotaging my energy and how I feel about myself in the morning. You know, I wake up and I honestly have been in a routine of I'm unhappy with the way I look or what I'm wearing, or oh my gosh, and it kind of goes hand in hand with posting on social media. Or taking photos in general. I've been looking at the past couple months and I really haven't taken any photos of myself. I have not posted on social media, and I kind of am in this cycle that I'm starting to get out of where I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel good about the way that I look or what I'm wearing or how I've had my hair, whatever. And that is a form of self-sabotage, because I feel like if I'm not feeling my best, I cannot show up for myself and others in the ways that I would like to, because I just have this you don't look good, like people are going to be looking at you. They are going to come up with their own narrative about me in their heads. They are going to think that I don't take care of myself, which is true. Like I honestly, I was not showing myself any sort of love or any sort of encouragement. And this was it's very simple to change, right? Like it's very simple to do. And I questioned myself and I was like, okay, like, are you truly tired in the morning? Like, do you not have the motivation to get ready? Or do you have the belief, the self-sabotaging, limiting belief that says you don't deserve to feel pretty, you don't deserve to look nice, and you don't deserve to feel like you are powerful in whatever clothing you wear and getting into that element? Because when you have the best outfit and you feel like your makeup or skincare has been laid flawlessly and that your hair is perfect, like you feel a level of confidence. You're reaching into that higher self, that best self, that energy. And like, I ask myself, like, do I feel that I don't deserve it? Like, I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to like feel my best, right? And I've never had a confidence issue. And it was more about like the external expression of myself, right? Like, I was really struggling with that. And so I decided, one, I was going to spice up my wardrobe. I had gotten a few pieces that I really felt confident in, but I also spent a little extra time in the morning to wash my face and to apply my skincare and to gel my eyebrows and to put on a little bit of concealer, to blow out my hair, like doing those little things to help, because now I'm in my element. I feel like I can show up for work. I feel like I can show up on social media. I feel like I'm not going to be embarrassed if I see someone out in public. And truly, I think sometimes looking nice or like wearing nice clothes has kind of been lost on this, especially like my generation, if you will. Like, I don't feel like people put in the same amount of effort. I love leggings and I love a good sports bra, but even when I'm wearing like leggings and a workout outfit, like I can still like look nice. Like, I don't have to slum it. And I feel like wearing sweatpants, like it's a cozy vibe. Like right now, I'm in a huge sweatshirt and some shorts. Like, I was in a tank top and shorts outside planting my hydrangeas, and like I was trying to soak up that sun, but I came inside and maybe the sweatshirt wasn't the best choice because I just want to cozy up. I want to lounge around, and I think I'm feeling confident because of the sun. Like, I feel like I got a little sun on my cheeks and my nose. I'm so grateful. I feel like in summertime when I'm tan, I feel a little more confident, you know, have that glow to myself. I'm not looking ghastly white. Honestly, my legs were looking pretty white. Don't pay attention to them. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you like in the comments, honestly. And if you're listening on the podcast app, also, would you mind rating me a 5 stars? I would sure appreciate it. Okay. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I kind of look like a little messy. So I'm literally self-sabotaging myself because I have on this big sweatshirt. I want to just like cozy up. I just want to lounge around. And instead, like, I need to be performing, right? Like, I need to be podcasting. I need to be doing things. So I'm a little counteracting or contradicting myself a little bit right now. But the better outfit would be to wear like a really nice top or put on some jeans. Like, honestly, I need to show up better for you guys. So I'm gonna start doing that. I will show up better for you. I promise. This is a promise I'm making. You'll have to wait until next week's video to see what I'm wearing and how I look, because I hope it is so good for you. So I'm gonna show up for you. I will say my hair is curled. I did a blowout for you guys. So but it's all about like energy hacking for your clothing and wearing color. I honestly have been in a rut of wearing black on black. I like black. It's easy to put together. I don't really have to think about it, but I would like to wear more colors. I would like to step more into my feminine side. I would like to have more fun. I feel like I've not been having very much fun. I feel like I've been a little stressed. I feel like I have not been enjoying the human experience. I am trying to step more into enjoying every single part of it, and also being like a little silly goofy, like putting on clothes that make me feel happy, trying new styles, pairing things together. And I deserve to be happy. I deserve to feel pretty, and you do too. Like, you deserve to feel the most powerful, amazing, confident person possible. So instead of self-sabotaging yourself and thinking, oh my gosh, like, I'm too tired to get dressed in the morning, I'm too tired to like do my hair, like, think of it as a way, oh my gosh, like, you know what is gonna really brighten my morning? If I curl my hair, or if I, put a little concealer on, or put on my favorite bright yellow top. Like, people are gonna notice that, and they might compliment you. And even if nobody compliments you all dang day, you can compliment yourself. And if people say, oh, how's your day going? You can say, freaking awesome. I'm wearing my favorite yellow shirt. Or really, really good. I was trying a new hairstyle this morning, right? Like, we need to make life more fun, and we need to focus on the big picture. And we are all chasing after like our best self, our happiest self. We're all wanting happiness, right? And that doesn't mean that we're not going to have days that are kind of bummy, and we might be wearing a sweatshirt, right? Like, we might be wearing a sweatshirt, but we need both. We need both. And I feel like I've just been having too many bummy days, and I need to have more uplifting days. And it's all about your mindset. It is not whether or not you have enough determination, discipline, or motivation. It's whether or not you believe it. If it is an actual belief problem. And you know what's great about your beliefs? You can change them at any time, okay? So that was one that I noticed, okay, I'm self-sabotaging in this area. Also, like, self-care as spending a little more extra time on my skincare, putting on my caffeine solution under my eyes, wearing my contacts instead of my glasses. I love the glasses look, but sometimes, like, I throw them on because I feel like they distract from the fact that I didn't put any makeup on, or the fact that I didn't really brush my hair. I just put it in like a messy bun because, that's the style. No, like, put your contacts in. Don't let anything distract from my lovely face. Like, it's a thing. Like, you have to have the mindset of, all right, what can I do to make sure that I am the most, like, happy and, like, feel the best in my outfit, feel the best and ready for the day, right? So that's something that I was currently self-sabotaging. I was just, like, sleeping in. I wasn't getting up because, if I press the snooze button a few more times and get up at 6:30 or 6:40, right? Like, I have to leave the house by 7. I'm only gonna have 20 minutes. I'm only gonna have a little bit of time to get myself ready. And that brings me to my next one. Not moving my body, not working out, and kind of like being more sporadic. I would wake up and I would walk on the treadmill, or I'd go to spin class, or I would then go to Pilates or something, but it wasn't consistent, right? And I need to put the reps in literally and figuratively, where it's something you do every single day, because my big goal is to be healthy and to be able to move my body. When I'm 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, I want to be able to move around. I want to be active. I want to run around. I want to be gardening. I want to be riding my bike. I want to be outside. I want to not have my body limit my experience and the things that I want to do. So I've got to stay consistent. I've got to get my nutrients in. I have to be consistent working out, going outside, moving my body in any which way possible. It doesn't necessarily have to be, okay, like, we're working out to punish ourselves. Like, your body one day will slowly break down. It will not be as able as it is right now today. Or if it is, you've had to put in a lot of work and a lot of effort to keep it that way. So why wouldn't you try and enjoy every single part that you can right now in this moment? And a little bit of work now, like, if you spend 5-10 minutes a day doing something, like, stacked up over time. I mean, think about it. Let me get my calculator out right now. So say, because I have this is as much as it is for you as it is for me. So if I have a 45-minute class on Sunday for cycle, that's what I had today, 45 minutes divided by 7 days. So that is 6.42 minutes, okay? So 7 minutes. For 7 minutes a day, I could do something, and I guarantee you, even for 7 minutes every single day for 7 days, that is gonna do me more good than a 45-minute workout from spin, because it's the consistency, it's your body getting into the habit and then building upon that. And then there's also the quote of anything you do every single day for 3 months is better than someone doing something 3 times a week for a year. And then think about it. Say I'm consistent with that 7 minutes every single week for a year, right? So times 365, that is 2,555 minutes that you're spending it, but it's only 7 minutes a day. So how many hours is that? Let's divide it by hours. How many hours in a day? 24. So that's 106 days of working out, but you only spent 7 minutes a day. How cool is that? Is that right math? I think that's wrong math. Let me just do that one more time. I think I told you guys wrong. So 7 minutes a day for 365, that is 255 minutes divided by their 255. There's 24 hours in a day. Divided by 60 minutes is, I don't know. I don't care. Anyways, we kind of got on a little rabbit hole there. All I'm saying is stacked up over time, like that is where you're going to see the most growth. If you do a little bit every single day and not just every once in a while, it's where you're putting in the reps and you're actually doing the thing that is going to push the needle and get you towards your big goal, get you towards the thing that you actually want to be doing, instead of focusing on all the excuses or how you can avoid it, like laying on the floor. And then you have these self-sabotaging thoughts in your mind of, oh, like, it's okay to rest, or, oh, you've really pushed it hard, or, oh, we don't actually want this. And that might be true. You might be tired. You might have really had a rough week, or you might not really want it. But you have to determine, and you have to ask yourself the really hard question of, is this a lack of discipline, or is this a lack of belief? Because when you can determine between the two, you know which one to strengthen. If you need to strengthen your discipline, you want to know how you can strengthen your discipline? By strengthening the trust in yourself. When you do something, even for the smallest amount of time, like 7 minutes, you're going to do it every single day. Instead of the big gap of me working out once a Saturday, maybe a Thursday thrown in there, whatever, like my body, yeah, it's kind of a goal of once on a Saturday, but that's 4 times a month instead of, 30 times a month if I do it every single day for 7 minutes, right? You do not have to have a huge time commitment on the things that you want to do. And I think sometimes our mind tricks us by saying, oh, like you have to dedicate all this time. You have to go big or go home. And you don't have to do that. You can instead implement little bitty goals, celebrate those goals when you achieve them, and build upon them. Another one that I have been not doing very good is clothes, like piles of clean and dirty laundry. Here I am trying to dress for my best self, to be really happy and motivated when I am trying on clothes, putting on the clothes to take on the day. I want to feel powerful, I want to feel motivated, and the way to do that is to wear clothes that make me happy. But I can't do that if they're in the laundry hamper or they have been stuck in the washer for 4 days, and they've been cycled 4 times, So I have been self-sabotaging of, I'll do the laundry tomorrow, I'll do the laundry on the weekend. If I am going to keep consistent with my goal of wanting to energy hack, wanting to wear really awesome, amazing, powerful clothes, I need to do the laundry. If I want to show up as my best self on social media, I'm gonna need to do the laundry, because when I'm feeling confident and when I'm documenting more of my life, that makes me more happy because I can look back on it And I have huge gaps in my camera roll. And I know not everything has to be documented. I know that I don't need photos for every single event. I get it. Like, but for me to scroll back, like that's something I enjoy. That's something that I like. And for me, it's really, really sad for me to think, oh, why didn't I take a photo there? Because I didn't feel confident, because I hated my body, because I was lacking that confidence and lacking that self-love. Like, I think that's really sad to avoid taking photos or to avoid showing up as my most authentic self because I feel crummy or I feel like I could have taken more time on my outfit or taken more time on my hair. And I know some of those things are very surface level, but they go much deeper than that for myself, because when you feel good and look good, then you do good, right? Like when you are feeling empowered, that's when you can empower others. And it's not to demonize looking nice or makeup or hair products or really expensive clothes or this brand or that brand. Like for me, I just want to feel good. I want to show up so then I can be happy and bubbly and talk to people. And one of my goals is trying to be more social in public, to ask people questions, to talk to them. Like I've really been trying, if I'm at a coffee shop or if I'm standing in line at the grocery store or anything, like after cycle bar or after a workout class, wherever, like I'm just trying to be friendly to people, and I get embarrassed and I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I just like, I'll think, oh my gosh, like it's easier to talk to someone when they feel confident, right? Like when they strike up a conversation instead of like someone who's like, oh, like, hi, and they're nervous, right? I don't want to be nervous. I want to be as confident as possible. I want them to feel confident. I want to empower them. And the only way that I can do that is if I feel my best self, right? Like if I feel good, because when I feel good, like I know that I can make other people feel good. And so I want to show up like that. I want to not be embarrassed in public. I want to just really start showing myself more self-love instead of self-sabotage, right? Like instead of self-sabotaging, I want to just fully work on my goals and work on being my happy, confident self and work on getting better every single day and chasing after my highest self and like focusing on the big goals of hydrangeas or being outside or showing up on social media or sharing my story. Like self-sabotage can really show up anywhere, and it can show up for anyone. And I feel like it shows up for everyone in their own different ways, right? Like self-sabotage can be avoiding doing your homework instead watching TV all day long, or picking a fight with your boyfriend or girlfriend because you feel like you don't deserve love and happiness, right? Like we find all of these ways to tell ourselves like, that's why it never worked out for me. I can never be happy because things don't work out. Like, no. Abandon that belief and think to yourself, okay, like, why do I actually feel the need to self-sabotage? Why do I feel the need to pick a fight? Why do I feel the need to overspend? And it's the belief of, okay, like, I feel like I don't deserve it. I don't feel like I deserve what other people have. And you have to step away from that. And you have to tell yourself. And the only way that you can really say no to self-sabotage is putting in the reps and to build your confidence and to slowly just work at it every single day, because it takes work. It's not easy. And if you look at someone else and think, oh, like they're happy, it's easy for them. I'm telling you right now, it is not easy for them. Everybody has to work on it. Nobody is lucky. Everybody has to work past their goals and to continuously try to improve and to do better. And we can want and wish all that we want, but truly it is, am I in love with the idea or am I in love with the actual thing? If I'm in love with the thing, why have I not achieved it yet? Am I self-sabotaging? Am I thinking that I am not worthy? But I'm telling you right now, you are so worthy of it. There is a reason that this idea or this thought or this want or need or longing for has came to you. It's because it's meant for you. It is because it wants you to live it out. It wants you to pursue it. It wants you to chase after it and to accomplish and achieve it, right? Because if you have ever watched the movie, oh, what is it called? It's like Feelings or something. There's like sadness and joy. Like joy is like green with blue hair or something, like, oh, she's blue and she has a yellow dress. Whatever. It's like a cartoon character, but it's like the land where all the dreams die, right? Like, and that's where her like bear is. If you haven't seen this movie, look up the movie with Joy in it. It's about the emotions, super, super good. But there's like a land where all the dreams went to die. Do not let your dreams go to the place where they all die, right? Like the worst place, they say, like, where do you find the most dreams that have been lost, right? Like where do you find the most potential that wasn't ever used up, right? And they say it's the gravesite, right? Like people who were scared to chase after their dreams to you know, say, you know what, I do deserve this, or I am going to chase after this. This is going to make me happy. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. They say like at the gravesite, that is where people's dreams go to die, right? And we don't want your dreams to go and die in dreamland or wherever. Like I promise you the emotions, I'm trying to think on what the actual movie is called, but you might have heard the trending sound on TikTok. It's like, go save Riley, like that sound, right? And it's from the movie where the dreams have gone, the lost dreams, right? Do not let that be you. Do not allow yourself to self-sabotage. Do not allow yourself to lose sight of the big picture and to go after the things that you are truly meant to go after. So whether it is looking nice so that you can have the utmost confidence, or meal prepping before the work week, whatever it is, know right now and make it a thought in your mind, hey, I'm not going to self-sabotage anymore. I'm putting the reps in. I promise you most things don't take more than 5-10 minutes. This is where you tell yourself, I'm not going to self-sabotage anymore. This is where I'm going to put the reps in. I'm going to do what it takes to get my dream accomplished, and I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to self-sabotage anymore because I am in love with the thing and not the idea of the thing. So thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. Share this with a friend who you think might need it. And until next time, bye.